Yeah, it is kind of surprising that people still connect with the old music so much. I mean, we've only played 5 shows so far on this tour, and the response to the old tunes, as well as the new, like the EP, has been overwhelming. Like, I have to say, I didn't really know how much people cared still about, like, Into the Rush and Insomniatic, and as soon as we play an old chord, it's like people know right away.
Yeah, immediately.
And they immediately start singing with us, and the EP has been super known, too.
Yeah,
it's only
like
been out
everybody
since
knows
November.
the lyrics basically to every song that we're playing, other
It's
than
really cool.
the, like, 2 new tunes that
aren't even out yet.
yeah.
Yeah, I think being signed to a major label at that young of an age obviously was a gift because we had the opportunity to, you know, break through in ways that we couldn't do as independent artists at that age. But I also feel like there was a limiting aspect to it in the sense of, like, creativity. Mm-hmm. So if Aly and I had an opinion on a song or certain lyrics we wanted to present, it was shut down sometimes, which was a bummer because it was based on age and I think also being young female artists. So it was hard.
Very, like, S&P driven, which was interesting.
Yeah, which I mean, I
standards guess
and
makes
practice.
sense. Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense being a part of, like, the Disney machine. But
Yeah.
it's funny because, like, our lyrics really were
We were so tame.
so safe. So it was funny that they were actually policing us, and we probably were one of the safest artists for them.
Yeah.
To allow the, you know, ability to just write their own music and release it.
I mean, they definitely let us. At a certain point, I think once they saw singles take off, they gave us more wiggle room to create. But we felt stifled at times. But what artist doesn't? You know, I think everyone goes through that.
Yeah.
And then you get older and you get to make more of your own decisions. And now we're independent. And
You're also a lot more precious about your songwriting when you're younger, I feel like. Whereas
Yeah.
now we're not nearly as precious about it. Like, if somebody has an opinion on a song, whether they love it or they don't, it
We'll
doesn't
listen.
we'll listen, and it doesn't affect us in the same way it used to when we were, like, 15. And
everything's so personal.
everything is so personal. It's like, no, you can't change one word, you know? Aly and AJ is a better name than 78 Violets.
yeah. Don't change your name if you're already, like, established. Honestly, that's probably the biggest bit of advice from that crossover music. I mean, I really love some of the songs that came out of that, and we actually are going to play them live tonight. And the fans have responded really well to the 78 Violet stuff, but it took them so long to realize it was us. Like, there are some fans that were like, I didn't realize that was you guys.
Yeah.
And to me, that's not good. Like, you want to know, when an artist is coming back after that many years, you better know it's them. Otherwise, why release new music? Unless you want to just completely start fresh. So we decided, let's go back to our roots, and it just made a lot more sense.
Promotion, probably.
Yeah.
It's all kind of tied in with the
label.
With the label.
Whether it's radio support or tour support, the finances don't come directly out of your pocket.
I mean, they still do, but it's like a
Later.
loan, you know, more.
It is, you're right.
The positive aspect of being an independent artist is that you can make all of the decisions, like
Yeah.
the first single you want to release, what your cover looks like, what your video looks like, how much money you want to spend on the video, all those things that we kind of didn't have control of when we were signed, and the fact that, like, we spent X amount of dollars on certain videos, I'm like, we never needed to spend that much money, like, and the video didn't even turn out that great.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
that's always kind of, like, shocking to AJ and I, that we, I guess, just at the time didn't realize what was being spent on what. Even now, touring, like, we know how much it costs to put on a tour and to put on a show every night, and hiring your band and hiring your front of house and your in-ears and your you know, your tour manager and all those things that we didn't really think of as teenagers because we're just, like, ready to go play a show, but we're not thinking of those other aspects. So,
But it's also scary to have so much control of your own decisions because you're like, am I making the right decision? Like, is that the best single cover? Is that the best single that we're going to start with?
Yeah.
So it's scary. I mean, there's definitely pros and cons to both. I think being an independent artist is wonderful and empowering and awesome, but I think the support of a major label is also wonderful, and I think artists have benefited from that greatly. I mean, you can just see just throughout history, most people are signed.
Yeah.
But then you have people like Chance the Rapper who kind of did things on their own, or Mac, you know, it's like, I feel like there are artists that have been able to sustain a career on their own, which is really beautiful, but it's more rare. I think there's, like, a somberness to the production in regards to, like, just the ambiance of the production is kind of somber, if that makes sense. Like the instrumentation and the synths, and we tend to not, when we're in the studio, produce, like, super happy-go-lucky
Like
type
melodies,
music. Yeah, in regards to melodies. But I do have to say some of the subject matter is going to be a little less somber on this.
Because I would say the EP was more like looking at relationships in more of a
in the past.
In the past is like a not in a bad negative way, just in like a didn't work out. Or,
this is what it was.
Yeah.
Whereas I think the next round of music will be more looking forward in a positive way. I don't know. It was a song called 10 Years, which is cool because it gave us the EP name. And then kind of last minute we switched it out and it became Promises, became the song that replaced it, which people have really responded to. I'm really happy we switched it out. I don't know if 10 Years will ever come out. A lot of fans have wondered that. Personally, I don't see it coming out unless we really reworked it.
It's not like completely finished in a strange way. Like it almost needs more parts and more, like the chorus isn't fully shaped. I mean, it's kind of like a interesting song because it doesn't have like
typical structure.
Yeah.
We might revisit it.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
never say never. I mean, there are some we've definitely put to rest. That one I'm kind of like, not on its
sometimes we'll listen
deathbed.
to old demos, and if we're like inspired by it, I'll be like, let's rework this, or like, look at it and change, little tiny things that we think we could update better now. But most of the time, once we've kind of moved on, it's usually just like, it's done.
Yeah. I feel like some old tunes like held our fans over while we transitioned and took so long to come out with new music, but they won't ever really be fully released, a lot of the stuff. We saw a promo for ours actually today, and we were dying
laughing. It's really so funny. Random that we're on that show.
So random.
We had a lot of fun.
We love Steve Harvey.
Yeah, and we watched the show too. We want to come back actually because I think we had more fun than we even anticipated.
Well, and we learned a lot. Like I feel like there's certain
we got to get a lot faster on the buzzer. That was like our main if that was anything that we were lacking at, it was like not as fast on the
But you'll see what ends up happening.
You'll see.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more videos from your favorite artist. And while you're here, check out these other videos.